All right, let's talk about one of the biggest mysteries in the tech world. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on how a software update actually gets from a developer's brain all the way to millions of users without, everything catching on fire. It's all about 3 crucial jobs. Ready to see how the magic happens? Let's dive in. Okay, tell me if this sounds familiar. Your team has been grinding for weeks on an awesome new feature. The code's written, it's tested, it's done. But it's not live. A week goes by, maybe 2. So what's going on? Where did your feature go? What's happening in that mysterious gap between done and live? It honestly feels like your new feature just fell into a black hole, right? Well, this super common frustration isn't usually about something being broken. It's actually about a series of really important but kind of invisible steps that have to happen first. See, the whole process is way more than just flipping a single switch. And here's the big secret. Getting that feature out to your users isn't one giant job. It's actually 3 separate, very different jobs all working together. And once you see what these 3 jobs are, that whole confusing delay suddenly makes perfect sense. It all just clicks. So, what are these 3 secret jobs? Well, in the IT world, they have some pretty official-sounding names. Change enablement, release management, and deployment management. I know, it sounds a little corporate, but these ideas come from a playbook called ITIL 4 that basically all modern tech companies use. So let's break down what they actually mean in plain English. First up, you've got change enablement. The best way to think about this one is as the mission control for your software. Its entire purpose is to make sure any change, from a tiny bug fix to a huge new feature, can be launched safely. It's the part of the process that looks at the risks, gets all the right permissions, and officially puts it on the calendar. Next in line is release management. Now, this job is all about the user experience. Once a change gets the green light, release management strategizes on how to get it out there. Are we going to do a big ta-da launch for everyone at once? Or maybe a slow, careful rollout to just a few people at a time to see how it goes? This job controls who sees the new stuff and when. And our third and final job is deployment management. This is the pure nitty-gritty technical work. This is the team responsible for literally moving the code from a test server over to the live servers where real people can access it. It's all about the technical heavy lifting. Now, I know those definitions can feel a little abstract, so let's make this totally clear with a simple analogy that I think everyone will get. Renovating your house. Change enablement? That's like getting the permits from the city before you start knocking down walls. You can't just start swinging a sledgehammer, right? You have to show them your plans, prove it's safe, and get that official stamp of approval. It's all about assessing risk and getting permission. No permit, no work. Simple as that. Now, release management, this is the fun part. It's like the big reveal on one of those home renovation shows. The designer decides the exact moment to pull back that curtain and let the homeowner see their amazing new kitchen. They control the experience, the timing, and that big wow moment. So then, what's deployment management? That's the moving crew. They're the ones who do the heavy lifting, actually carrying the new sofa and chairs off the truck and putting them inside the house. And here's the key. The furniture is now in the building, but that doesn't mean the homeowners see it yet. It's in place, but it hasn't been released. Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this actually play out in the real world with the apps you use every day? Well, let's take a look at a massive company like Spotify. They live and breathe this stuff to roll out features to hundreds of millions of people without breaking a sweat. Okay, imagine Spotify wants to try out a new music recommendation algorithm. First, in step 1, change enablement looks at the risks and gives the official thumbs up for the test. Then, step 2, release management bundles up all the new code. For step 3, deployment management pushes that code out to all of Spotify's servers around the world. But, and this is the magic part, in step 4, release management only turns it on or releases it for a tiny group, like 10% of users. The code is deployed everywhere, but it's only visible to a few. See how powerful that is? To really make sure these ideas are locked in your brain forever, let's use one last super simple memory trick. This time, I want you to imagine we're putting on a big play in a theater. So change enablement is the traffic controller standing outside the theater. They've got the schedule, they've done the safety checks, and they decide which trucks with props and which actors are allowed to even enter the building today. They control the flow and make sure everything is safe and orderly. Release management, well, that's the person with their hand on the giant rope for the main curtain. The entire stage could be perfectly set, the actors in position, the lights just right, But absolutely nothing happens until this person decides it's showtime and raises that curtain. They control exactly when the audience sees the show. And finally, deployment management is the awesome stage crew. They're the ones dressed in black, working behind the scenes, moving huge set pieces into place while the curtain is still down. They do all the physical work to get everything ready, completely invisible to the audience. So let's put it all together in a quick cheat sheet. Change enablement is the traffic controller, all about permission and risk. Release management is the curtain raiser, focused on availability and timing for the audience. And deployment management is the stage crew, handling the technical execution behind the scenes. Okay, so why does getting this right matter so much? Because when you understand and separate these three jobs, it's how modern tech teams go from chaos and stressful launches to a smooth process of controlled, fast delivery. It gives you a clear set of rules for the road. You can automate the small, safe changes to go faster. You can use things like feature flags to totally separate the technical deployment from the user release, which gives you amazing control. And you learn to never, ever confuse moving the furniture into the house with throwing the housewarming party. They are two very different things. All right, let's wrap this up with the key things to remember. Change enablement is your safety net. Release management is what controls the customer's experience. And deployment management does all the technical heavy lifting. And when you get all three of these working together, that's when you unlock real speed, but without all the chaos. And that really leaves us with the most important idea of all. Maybe the single biggest innovation in modern tech is this one concept, separating the movement of code from its availability to users. Think about it. It means you can deploy new code anytime you want, day or night, but you only release it when it makes sense for the business and for your customers. How powerful is that?